Okay, so this is our dorsal aorta coming down the abdominal cavity here. This is our posterior vena cava. We have a renal vein and renal artery going over here to the kidney. We have our adrenolumbar artery and vein over here going over the adrenal gland. We have our celiac artery and our craniomesenteric artery branching off here. As we follow our dorsal aorta down, you can also see we have an ovarian artery branching off here towards the ovaries. If we had a male, that would be a spermatic artery and it would come more up here. Okay, here we have our deep ileal circumflex branching off here and here. And then as we lift up our descending colon, right, we can follow our dorsal aorta here, right? We had craniomesenteric artery here. As we follow the dorsal aorta down, we have caudal mesenteric artery here. Running along the descending colon is a left colic artery and vein, and down to the rectum is the cranial hemorrhoidal artery and vein. Okay, so picking back up here, we've got our dorsal aorta and this deep ileal circumflex artery and vein named for the ilium of the hip bone. Then the dorsal aorta terminates with a split. So we've got two external iliac, symmetrical external iliacs branching into like a Y shape. Then within that you have the internal iliacs branching off. And then here you have the median sacral artery here. All right. For the vein in this area, so you've got the posterior vena cava, and again the deep ileal circumflex vein here. There's not two splits, there's just one. So it just has one big, like upside down Y here. So it splits into the common iliacs here. Okay, whereas for the arteries we have an external iliac and an internal iliac. Now the common iliac here still has two important branches. It has the median sacral vein. Sorry, give me a second. It has the median sacral vein running parallel to the median sacral artery right here. Sorry, give me a second. I'm trying to find the internal iliac. Oh, there it is. Oh man, that's so nice. Okay. Also, we're gonna cut this because it's nice on the other side. Make it easy. Okay. So for the vein, we have the common iliac here, the median sacral vein running right next to the median sacral artery. And then as we go down a little deeper, you can see there's your internal iliac branches medially, okay? Whereas the internal iliac in your artery is this like middle Y, okay? So then jumping back to the arteries, as we move down the external iliac, you get to a major branching area here, okay? This one branching laterally is easy. That's a lateral femoral circumflex. Posterior to this branching, this is the femoral artery and vein, whereas here it's the external iliac. Now this is the best specimen that we have of this. So notice that the lateral branch is the lateral femoral circumflex artery and vein. This branch here, this little trunk, is the deep femoral artery. It has three branches essentially, a paired external pudendal arteries that go to the bladder, and more specifically the lateral vesical ligaments on either side of the bladder. So you can see those are these two little guys here going over towards the bladder. Then it has this caudal epigastric artery and vein here that go along the body wall here, right? So if it was like this would be caudal epigastric. So external pudendal, caudal epigastric, and the last one is the median femoral. So it may be really small, and then in several of your specimens you can't see it, but see how it runs parallel to the femoral artery. Okay, so this is median femoral circumflex artery branching off the deep femoral. You also have caudal epigastric and external pudendal all branching off this little deep femoral here. okay? Then you continue down the femoral artery until you get to this muscular branch. Then the articular branches off here towards the joint. And then posterior to the articular, you have the saphenous artery and vein down here. Okay, that's all. Cool.